My speech is called Shots. Shots, needles, doctor's blood. These are things that some people are very afraid of or avoid at all costs. I would like to take a few minutes of your time to inform you about the immunizations and why they are necessary for your health. I will talk about how to physically give an injection, as Michelle is my example here, why they are necessary, and what we could do if you do not, what will happen if you do not receive your immunizations. First off, when a vaccine is administered through injection, immunization is what happens to your body after you receive a vaccination. The vaccine stimulates your immune system so it can recognize the disease and protect you from future infections. An example of this is the varicella vaccine or the chickenpox. If you receive a varicella vaccine, it can prevent you from getting chickenpox later in life. You then become immune to the chickenpox. One way to check this is through a blood draw called a titer. If the titer comes back positive, you are immune to that disease. And if the titer comes back negative, this means that you are not immune to that disease, and this results in another vaccine of that disease. So you get another varicella vaccine. From working in healthcare for over a year now, giving an injection seems like a piece of cake to me. But when I started the medical assistant program, I was so scared to even think about giving an injection. The thought of poking someone in the arm or leg with a needle freaked me out. I thought that giving you all some knowledge on how healthcare teams give injections might help the fear of it all go away. Whoever is giving you the vaccine knows what they're doing. Trust me. We did it a lot in school, and we could probably do it with our eyes closed by now, but we won't do that. So that's not good. The closest we got to giving on a human in school was saline into a grapefruit. Once we became more confident and ready to give the injection on a human in school, we did it on a classmate while our teacher watched us. We have to find the right spot in the arm. If they are older than 5 or 6 usually, we do it on the arm if they are older than 5 or 6. With young kids, we would get them on their vastus lateralis, which is the large muscle in your leg. And with people older than 5 or 6, we would give an injection into their deltoid, which is the big muscle in your arm right here. I then clean off the arm, so I'm going to show an example, not with a real needle, because I can't have a real needle just chilling with me. So with Michelle, she's older than 5 or 6. I would find the right spot on her arm, which you use your finger, and you would count down 4. So it's right here. This is her deltoid right here. So I'd count down like this, and then I would wipe it off with an alcohol swab, which I do not have at the time. And then I would pinch their skin, tell the patient to relax a little. So relax your arm. I'd pinch the skin, and then you would, one swift motion, you would give the injection, and then you would punch the syringe in so the vaccine would be in their arm. And then you would put the Band-Aid right on top. That's the short version of giving an injection. You always need to check too if the patient is okay, because there's a risk that the patient could faint after the injection. At the clinic I work at, we usually recommend the patient stay in 15 minutes longer after they receive a vaccine. Some people wonder why it is important to get an immunization. Well, like I said before, it helps you stay healthy and become immune to certain diseases. Schools require children to get vaccinated, and so does work. When you get hired into a new company, they usually recommend that you get vaccinated with the appropriate immunizations. Although some people do not like to get their children vaccinated because of personal belief or what they see on TV or heard from someone else. From working in healthcare and with doctors, I know that they do not recommend this. Doctors usually go by the CDC recommendations for immunizations. CDC is the Center of Disease Control and Prevention and is the leading national public health institute of the United States. The main goal of the CDC is to prevent public health and safety through the control and prevention of disease, injury, and disability. There is a schedule on when children ages newborn to 18 should get vaccinated. Doctors usually go by the schedule of vaccines. Hopefully this helps some of you become less fearful of immunizations and doctors because you have a little more knowledge as to why they recommend vaccines. Everything they do at the doctors is to better your health and prevent you from illnesses and diseases.